What up, folks? Welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys, and today I have a review of the SH FIGUARTS Tiger Mask. So a few weeks back, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe it's only been a couple of weeks, could have been a few weeks, I don't know. I decided to film a bunch of intros, about 7 intros, figured I'd do, you know, a lot, and make those all my next videos. Well, that really only, I only went through a couple of those before more stuff came in, and I had to switch things and whatnot. Your Comic-Con came. You know how it goes, guys. But I'm going to try to get through some of the ones I filmed, starting with Tiger Mask here. This is an SH FIGUARTS, like I said in my intro that I filmed a few weeks ago. And this is, I'm pretty sure, is based on the Tiger Mask W anime, and not the original, judging by what I've seen of, you know, his tights there. I think that's Tiger Mask W, but it could be the original. I am not 100% sure. I've seen a bunch of different pics, but considering they did Tiger Mask Dark as well, that's from the W. It could have been from the original too. I don't know. I just always liked the way the character looked, and also, you know, because this character has appeared in wrestling a whole bunch, in real wrestling, up till now. So that is pretty cool. Tiger Mask only comes with a pair of extra hands. He has the fist hands here. I believe those hands were in the package, but he's got a pair of, like, very generic, you know, plain fist hands. But I would never use those. I would always use these articulated hands for the wrestling figures. Now, in Japan, there's plenty of, like, wrestling comics and, you know, characters based on, you know, wrestling. So, I mean, we, you know, like, there's a lot. Kanuka Man, or, like, stuff that's come out of wrestling, you know, like, Jushin Liger was an anime, and then it became, you know, a wrestler. So, a lot of crossover in Japan. They love their wrestling. God bless them for it, because I love wrestling, too. And of course, he comes with this cape, which I will always keep on. I don't really consider it like an extra accessory because I really wouldn't display him without it. He looks really awesome. I would probably never get Dark unless it was on like a massive discount. This guy has a little bit of scuffing, but he's been around, and I'm not going to fault any of that for it. To take out the cape, which we will do for the review here, you just pop off the head and pop it back on. This is what the cape looks like. Kind of soft to hard plastic. It's a nice glossy yellow, and that's pretty cool. It's got all the tiger stripes on it. It's very cool. Like Wolverine would probably like that. So there you go. That's what this looks like. It's got some nice folds in it, so, and a nice red. So very cool. Taking a look at the rest of Tiger Mask. Comparing this, and I don't have it here to compare right now, but comparing the body here, from what I recall, this has more shading on it than the WWE figures, and that was one of my big complaints with those figures. Like, if they did it here, why couldn't they do it there? They just care about their properties more? Their Japanese properties more? I don't know. But lots of care here. The sculpted detail on the muscles look pretty nice. I really like it a lot. He's got some basically just painted on, man, they're a little bit of a sculpt on there on those wrist guards. So there's that. That's what the back looks like. No shading back there. And then his tights look pretty good. Really glossy on the, you know, the underwear part here. Very glossy. That's kind of cool. I kind of like the mix there. You got the design there that continues down the pants and the matte blue pants, tights, and then you get the gloss again for the boots, which is nice because wrestling boots are glossy. That always stands out. So it's a really nice look, And of course, the tiger mask itself is very cool. Again, I got some, can't tell if it's dirt. Maybe this guy needed a cleaning before this. I was in the middle of cleaning and I was like, you know what, I want to film a review. The head sculpt is, and I knew I had to get some of these guys done. The head sculpt is very, very good. You see a little hair back here sticking out. That's pretty cool. I really like how the striping looks back here, going along the top, which would be like, I don't know, like how, you know, maybe like simulates like little ties, you know, ropes, string, and then I like this part here. This is sculpted really well, the fur here. I really like the way it's painted. It's really nice looking. The mouth is done okay. The bottom teeth are just pretty much painted on. There's a little bit of a jut there, but that's probably the sloppiest this figure is gonna be. The top looks good, the nose looks good, the whiskers look good, and the eyes look very nice. I really like how the eyes look. Nice and blue in there. Really cool. The ears look good as well. So it is a really nice looking figure for sure, with a really nice looking cape. This is to peg the cape in. So very cool altogether. Let's do the articulation, which is obviously going to be good. Head, you saw it was on the ball joint up there, and then you got a ball joint for the neck as well. So you got awesome range of movement. Really, really great there. You do have the ab crunch here. Not really crunching, but ab joint. What is it? Hard to see. It almost, I don't know. Almost, this is on the fighting body, which the WWE figures and the Street Fighter figures are on, so that's pretty cool. So really good motion in there, whatever it is. Then you get the waist, which is like a two-part waist. It almost feels like there's a rubber band in there. Is that possible? Is there rubber bands on these things? That's pretty old school if it is. It doesn't, it feels kind of like that, guys. It's interesting. Without taking the figure apart, you know, it just feels good and you get a lot of range of motion. So, there you go. Butterfly joints, as you can see in here. I wish mine would come out just a little bit more here because you do get kind of a big gap in the shoulders here on mine. So, that's a bit of a bummer the way it's done. It needed a little more sculpt work coming out. Yeah, but you do get a lot of awesome range of motion for it, so if you smell. So yeah, pretty good. You got a ball joint in there and a hinge otherwise, so you're swiveling, you're ball jointing, you're hinging, you're doing all that, and it turns here at this joint, balls in there, so pretty good. No bicep swivel here. It doesn't really want to cut up the sculpting, but you do have one of these swivel joints right in the middle of the double jointed elbow. So that is pretty cool. You know, whatever you're missing here, you get down here. It's a good way to not cut up all the sculpting. You already got it. You're gonna have to do it here. You do have this elbow, which I don't like how they do that, but it kind of looks ugly, but you do get a lot of range of motion there. Hinge swivel at the wrist works well, of course. And then you do have the hinge at the hand, which I really like a lot. Legs, he does this much of a split, kicks out all the way up. Man, that's awesome. And he can go back, so perfect there. Does hinge in there, so you get like some drop down motion for extra articulation. You have a swivel up in there. You have a double jointed knee. Can rotate it just a bit, so if you need to, you know, do something else with that, you do get a full rotation cut right at the ankle there, at the top of the ankle, which is awesome. You got a nice deep hinge for the foot. You don't have a toe joint, which is, you know, kind of surprising, but you can rock it, you can do all that. So you get a lot of awesome articulation at a tiger mask here. Let me get his cape back on, we'll do some size comparisons, we'll give our final thoughts, all that jazz. You know, with the cape on, it does, not here, but like if you look at him straight forward, it does feel like the gap gets a little masked. It is there, you know, but it is a little bit better masked. But you know, it doesn't really deter my enjoyment of the figure. And yes, I definitely enjoy this figure. Let's do some size comparisons. Here he is with Revoltech Wolverine, who we just mentioned, and we have Mafex Homecoming Spidey. Here's another figure in that little list of figures that I had done intros for. Thunder Breaster, Goku Black, another one of those figures. And we have Voltes 5 and me. So there you go, guys. That is my size comparisons, and you know what? That's my review for this guy. I like him. I think he's a really cool figure. He doesn't come with enough accessories, but he's a wrestling figure, so it's not so bad. I got him on discount anyway, so I'm really happy about that. You know, like, there's no doubt about it. Like, I waited. This was one of those figures that I wanted, but I didn't need to have it right away. So I waited till there was a deal somewhere, and I got this guy on a deal. I believe it was at an HLJ sale. So there you go, guys. Definitely worth having. I've seen them on discount in multiple places for you know, like, every once in a while. If you like wrestling, if you like this character, if you just like the way this figure looks, yeah, I could definitely recommend it. He's a really cool figure. Alright, guys, and that's it. Hope you dug this review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, peace out, peeps.